I've decided to try out a new video format where I try to rank the bosses in the games I've played on this channel in terms of difficulty, and it's only fitting to start with the first game I played, Little Nightmares. Disclaimer, this is not an objective list, this list is my opinion, but if your opinion is different, you're wrong. Also, massive spoiler alert. Oh. No. Let's kick things off with the easiest boss in Little Nightmares, the DLC fight with the lady. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think it's actually possible to die to her at all, as it seems you're just supposed to run through some corridors and get spooked before she catches you at the end. And being the only boss in Little Nightmares that can kill you, she gets last place by default. She did give me quite a few spooks though, so I guess she gets first place in that category. Too bad we're not ranking that. Holy shit, I just barely dodged him. You encounter the janitor quite a lot during both the main game and the DLC, but I will count all encounters with the janitor during the DLC as its own boss encounter and the main game version as its own. And we'll get to him, don't worry. Seeing as you've played the game for quite a while already, and you've already encountered the janitor and know how to pass him, it's really quite easy to avoid him at this point in the game. His puzzles aren't all that challenging, if I'm gonna be honest. I think it's mostly the game devs haven't figured out how to make somewhat more logical puzzles and not obscure or absurd ones, which unfortunately for this version of the janitor makes him the second easiest boss in the game in my book. Nice, that's one. In the main game, the lady can actually kill you, but that somehow makes little to no difference. While the other entries on this list have several encounters that span entire levels, the fight with the lady is, well, just that, a fight with a lady, and not a hard one either. She serves her role as lore here, but once again, we're ranking difficulty, so that doesn't matter. Granted, I did die once because I didn't understand where I was allowed to stand at first, but after a slight foot adjustment, it was pretty easy. No, thank you. Oh, no. No, thank you. The Twin Chefs. Although they look like they're carrying all of humanity's sins, once you start speeding across the floor like a mouse, you realize their stubby little arms can't reach you almost anywhere. The only problem you might encounter is figuring out where to go or how to jump onto a stupid hook for some reason. They did kill me a few times, mostly because of the hook, but that was due to mechanical errors if you ask me. Don't believe me? Fuck you, you're not gonna play it. Imagine trying to actually do that concept now. Holy shit, she's eating the wood. She's turned into a termite. The Granny is one of those stupid video game bosses that make me thalassophobic. She stresses me out and I hate her. Her encounters are mostly a string of trial and error. Granted, she killed me a lot for trying to push her TV into the water, which was apparently way harder than it looks, because you have to push it at like a certain angle apparently, which is dumb, but okay. She's mostly just around for the spooks, but if you haven't played the game before, you will die because of some stupid reason you couldn't possibly predict, and now you just don't do that thing and you're fine. Not the hardest, but number 3 is still pretty good. You are too close. You are too close. Little Nightmare's second hardest boss encounter is the Guests, and it's mostly due to weird hitboxes, especially when you're supposed to run across the table of the last diabetic supper. I had to edit out so many failed runs across that table and it was infuriating. I bet once you know how to get across it properly, it's not too hard, but this was my biggest barrier this whole playthrough. But because I didn't die nearly as many times on my first playthrough here, I decided it didn't truly deserve the number 1 spot. Also, ignore the fact that I literally tell the exact same joke twice in my playthrough. No. The number 1 spot goes to Spaghetti Boy over here. You heard me. The first boss, the janitor from the first game, is, in my opinion, the hardest boss in Little Nightmares. I don't know why, but I think it's a mix of me not completely having figured out the game's mechanics yet, and some of his puzzles just being downright hard or weird to figure out. Though the Guests had the single hardest obstacle to get past this playthrough, the janitor easily collected a higher collective number of kills. That's pretty good for a blind guy with no knees. Agree or disagree with my list? Write your opinion in the comment section and I'll have a friendly debate over the internet that will not end in pointing out the other one's grammatical errors. If you'd like to see me actually fight these bosses, I've got the whole playthrough right here on this channel. I'll try to remember to leave a link in the description. Also, if you want to see me rank more bosses in more games, remember to subscribe so you can know exactly when a new ranking video comes out. And like the video if you like the video. Okay, love you, bye.